Today I've come to Hornby Island for a little photography road trip. What I'm doing here is a photo study on the fundamentals of composition. I love photography road trips, and one of my favorite things about them is that I like to use them as motivation to improve my own photography. When I'm fortunate enough to get away to a place as stunning as Hornby Island, it's not only motivating, it's absolutely inspiring. Enough talking, let's get to work. The first fundamental of composition that I want to focus on is balance. There's more than one kind of balance in photographic compositions. One of the most common ones is balance that incorporates symmetry. It has equal proportions of weight, whether that be side to side or back to front. One photo that I'm framing up is of rocks to either side and the smaller rocks in the middle. So I'm trying to create that sense of balance on side to side with the large and heavy rocks. While this photo does an okay job of demonstrating symmetrical balance, I think the lack of interesting light makes it a bit of a fail. This image is a fair example of balance foreground to background. This image shows how you can achieve symmetrical balance using diagonals. This diagonal creates a symmetrical balance between the rock and the water, but at the same time it is asymmetrical in the form of the subject. Asymmetrical compositions are also balanced, or they can be. For asymmetrical, think numbers 3, 5, 7, basically any kind of uneven number. What would you say this image is? Symmetrical or asymmetrical? Tell me what you think in the comments. While images with symmetry give a sense of calm, asymmetrical images give a sense of tension. Contrast is up next. In the simplest possible terms, contrast is putting your darkest darks next to your lightest lights. That makes black and white images excellent for showing dramatic contrasts. After an evening spent getting familiar with Franks Cove, I packed it in and called it an early night. If I wanted to catch the light the next morning, I would have to be up well before the sun. I did manage to capture a couple of images I'm very happy with. Back at camp, it was time for breakfast, coffee, and a little nap before heading off to Halliwell Provincial Park to look for some more compositions. Fundamental number 3 is focal point. The focal point of your image is the place where you want your viewer's eyes to settle. This is the area where you will want to place the greatest emphasis. The focal point in this image is the bench right there. Oops. People especially make really great subjects or focal points. However, a focal point doesn't have to be that literal. A strong focal point can also be a well-placed area of light, movement, or action. The next fundamental of composition that I'm working on is movement. If you want to create a sense of movement in your images, incorporate soft edges and curving lines. Another little trick that can help add a sense of movement to an image is shooting it from a unique angle. In this image, I am using the clouds and water to give that sense of movement. Using a long exposure can often add to the effect. After yesterday's tragic hair and another early morning, I decided I was unfit to show my face on camera. Day 3 of camping will do that. Pattern is one fundamental of composition that can create a great deal of interest in an image. Pattern is simply anything that repeats itself. Patterns can be lines like these lines in the sand. Patterns can be shapes like these handprints on a log. Before this light came up, I did manage to get 3 lovely images. One of them a possible portfolio image. Here they are. And now for the bonus segment. Now I want to talk a little bit about unity in composition. Unity isn't so much a fundamental as it is a strong element of composition. To clarify a little bit, what I mean exactly is, make sure there is nothing in frame that's going to distract from the image you are trying to create. Look for things that don't belong or are out of place. So in short, do this and don't do this. So while I've got you here, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my videos. It means so much to me when you let me share a little bit of my world with you. And if you're liking this content and enjoying the videos I'm making for you, please subscribe and like. And I love to hear from you too, so leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me and see you next time.